So y'all back in again with us, and we doing some music and all that type of shit. We just most definitely want y'all to comment on anything y'all see. Let us know what you think. So, anyways, hit that like, subscribe button. Follow us. This is your boy DJ Declare. War. I got my boy WhipBandz in here today. That's on something. So we're gonna start letting y'all get a little insight of what we be doing and the type of stuff that we get at. So that y'all can see, you know, what kind of activity is going on. So and we're gonna let y'all comment us into a direction that y'all want us to go into. But let's keep this going. Now this right here is a little different. I don't want to bump it too damn loud. I remember that one.
All of these is straight though. You know, they all good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, all right. Let's take a look at it. What up, what up?
What up with it, Gilmore?
Shit, I can't call it. What you got going?
Shit, nothing, man. Got back not too long ago from a little DNA. We got me some little tobacco doing that shit.
Oh, okay. My bad. I got you on speakerphone. I got you on speaker. I got you on speakerphone.
What up, kid, folk?
Yeah. Not today. Not today.
Not today. They was out of that today, wasn't it?
Yeah. For the rest of the week.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
What you tell me? What you cooking or something?
No, we're making some music. Shit, messing around with the live and going live, trying to get some footage. Yeah, trying to get some footage, and you know.
Oh, really?
Just trying to keep it going. Oh, that's one, right? Yes, sir.
Yeah, probably tomorrow, man. We'll probably be in the evening.
Oh, okay.
Try to leave with you. You probably get mom or something, but I can check on.
Okay, it's on.
All right, it's on.
All right, one.
Watch this video through and through. And here's what I mean by that, because so many people want a piece of land to put a mobile home on, or a piece of land to build their custom home on. I had that same dream once. Little did I know that you can buy a house with land. In other words, you can buy land with a home that's already on it for as little as $400. In this video, I'm going to show you the mistakes that you can make, exactly how to do it, the step-by-step process. You can save a whole lot of money, prevent a whole lot of stress, and most importantly, get a house with land for as little as $400 down. You see, there are lots of loan programs, but the one that I'm talking about where you only need $400 because your appraisal's paid, closing costs going to be paid, all you need is $400 to do a home inspection. Now listen, if you want to do your own home inspection, you can do that, buy a house this way, and not cost you any money out of pocket. Now listen, most of the time in most cities, most states, and everyone varies, they'll want you to put a deposit up, and that can be anywhere from $500 to $1,000. But you have to understand, if you tell the lender going in, hey, I want to do a USDA loan, United States Department of Agriculture, and I want to get my deposit back, you can have your deposit returned back to you at the closing. So imagine that. You buy a house, own some land, and it's already got everything that you need, or at least close to it. But at the end of the day, you don't have to come out of pocket with a whole lot of cash. These loans, the United States Department of Agriculture covers houses in areas, in rural areas. And listen, you can be out in the country if you want to, or you don't have to. The parish that I live in, it's the same thing as the county. I'm in southern Louisiana. I'm in St. Tammany Parish, Louisiana. The entire parish qualifies for these types of houses, these types of loans. You can be way up in the country in Covington, Louisiana. You can be back down in Mandeville and buy an acre and a half, 2 acres of land. The point I'm trying to make is people need to be made aware of this so you can have more options instead of just buying a piece of land. You have to know that you can buy a house and land, and all you need is $400 out of pocket. And as I mentioned before, if you want to do your own inspection or waive an inspection, I never recommend doing that. It's even less than $400. So let's go through it. So you don't get your hopes up. For one, if you make too much money, they put an income limit. It's not a limit on the house or the price of the house. It's the income. So for example, my area, you can't make more than $110,000 if you're a family of 4 or less. Husband and wife, 2 kids, you can't make over $110,000. Now, if you're 5 or more, then that bumps up to close to around $140,000. But you just have to know that going in. Now, don't get me wrong, you can still do an FHA loan, Federal Housing Administration, right? You can do an FHA loan, and it only costs you 3.5% down. And listen, these homes aren't foreclosures. They're not bank-owned homes. You can buy those if you want. These are just individuals that are selling their property with a little bit of land. And I'm just sharing with you the types of loan programs that you can get. 620 or higher credit score. You've been on your job 2 years. You show that you've actually earned a living, worked 2 years, paid your taxes. Yes, you need to look into this because it's an opportunity for you to buy a house on a little bit of land, and it costs you very little money out of pocket. Now, when you close on any loan, any house, you're going to have closing costs, and those closing costs are always going to run you anywhere from 3 to 3.5% of the loan amount. So it depends on how much money you put down, but if you're not putting any money down, because these are 100% loans. And listen, I know a lot of people will say, they'll comment on here, and that's glad. I want anybody and everybody to comment. Leave your comments, leave your opinions, ask me questions. I personally answer and get back to those questions. Yes, I do that stuff. But here's what people have to understand. The loan criteria and what you have to do to qualify for these types of loans. This isn't a pre-pandemic. This isn't a pre-housing crash 2008. These are actual numbers because there's no BC lenders. There's no subprime loans. You can't just fog a mirror or like ninja loans. No income, no job, no asset. This isn't the case. These are loans where people have to qualify. USDA, you don't need any money out of pocket. FHA, you need 3.5% down. I've got agents all around the country. There's over 1 million real estate agents. All of them can get and ask the seller to pay for their closing costs. And 99% of the time, the seller's glad to pay your closing costs on a home that you're buying from them, especially in this market. Listen, it's not just USDA. It's not just FHA. If you're a veteran, you can buy a house. You serve this country. You should be able to buy a home and have a piece of land with it, right? In that case, the United States government, they guarantee the loan. They back them 100%. You don't have to pay private mortgage insurance even on those types of loans. And yes, with a VA loan, you need no money out of pocket. All you need, of course, you got to show you qualify. You got to have a test score. Your DD 214, honorable discharge, good to go.
Right next
now, forgive me, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Wayne Turner. And those of you who have already subscribed to my channel, thank you. I am more than appreciative and more than grateful. We have close to 500,000 subscribers. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, leave a comment, like this video. I promise you, my goal is to bring you new information, updated information, and actual, factual, truthful information.
Have you ever imagined mixing cement with dish soap and seeing something completely different happen before your eyes? What if I told you this secret has been hidden for years and was always present in your everyday life, in a simple bottle of dish soap? Today, you'll discover what happens when we combine common materials in a way almost no one has tried. To begin, I'll set aside 150 milliliters of dishwashing detergent. It will be the first ingredient, but it won't be used in the traditional way. Its function will be transformed. To do this, I'll use a mortar mixer attached to a drill. But first, I need to make a simple and clever modification. Here, I take a wad of steel wool, cut it in half, and attach it to the mixer with 2 nylon cable ties, forming a small metal spiral. This adaptation has a very specific purpose, and you'll understand the exact moment it comes into play. Let me know in the comments where you're watching from. Tell me your city and country.
What did it do?
It's fascinating to see how far this content can reach, to discover who's part of this massive community, and it inspires me to produce videos increasingly tailored to you, wherever you...
I seen some ice shit earlier. Some shit in Chicago, the east side. They was hitting them. They said a car was turned over.
What was this at? Chicago?
Chicago, east side.
Oh, shut the hell up. I gotta do this punch in Chicago.
They was doing the day. But I seen this was earlier. Might be over.
All right, we have some breaking news right now. Our Skyfox is over. What we're hearing is ICE activity. This is at 105th and Avenue N. I believe this is in the Chicagoland area. Is that what we're hearing? Okay, that is in the Chicagoland area. It looks like far south side. They're taking some people into custody here. We see a black SUV, and we just saw a person dressed in military fatigues. With either Border Patrol or ICE escorting a person against the front hood of that black SUV. It looks like there are several agents in the area here. Again, this is alleged ICE activity at 105th and Avenue N in the Chicagoland area. This is the far south side. Looks like it looks like they have the street blocked off there. We're hearing reports that this all started as a crash, and then it looks like ICE agents responded to the scene. Well, we see a lot of people there. It looks like some of the agents are perhaps wearing plain clothes and others are in military fatigues. Lots of people in the street there. It looks like they are kind of shuffling those people, ushering those people near this black SUV and some other vehicles on the scene there. As we continue to get new information, and again, this is just coming into the newsroom. That's why I was delayed at bringing you the news, because we just got this shot from Skyfox. We're just learning more about the situation, but it looks like a lot of people have gathered in the middle of the road there.
They just intimidated.
And this is the ICE is reporting that there have been about 1,500 arrests so far since Operation Midway Blitz in the city of Chicago.
Yeah, they can't shoot nobody. They can't do nothing. They're not government. They're just out there with guns.
Yeah, it's more tendency to they'll let people go. And if it get crowded and shit, they'll let a motherfucker go and spill off.
Right. Because they can't do nothing. They ain't gonna try to arrest somebody.
They ask them their names.
Right.
They don't say shit.
Because they ain't real government.
Potentially Border Patrol agents at 105th and Avenue N.
But yet they got what?
They're like a security guard force.
What is it? 40,000 up to $40,000.
Yeah, it's called government-sponsored terrorism. That's what they call it. Government-sponsored, state-sponsored terrorism or something like that. I think that's what they call it. When the state sponsors straight violations of human trafficking. That's what this is. State sponsored.
Those agents were in pursuit of someone when this all happened, but it's certainly attracting a lot of attention.
You heard of that before?
On the south side of Chicago.
State sponsored terrorism.
I think I have.
To get you more information
Heard
on
of
the
them.
scene. It looks like this is going to be a big story of the
But
day here in Chicago.
When your government sponsors terrorism.
Since we joined the scene about 3 minutes ago, we saw at least one person, maybe 2 people taken into custody. And it looks like those agents
See,
are,
they ain't doing nothing. They ain't gonna do nothing.
Well.
Those people just they don't understand really what they dealing with.
See them people starting to show up, and the more people show up, they're gonna get the hell out of there.
Well, the problem with the whole situation is that a whole crowd of people, all these people right here could have came out with the same amount of guns as they got, and they couldn't have did nothing. They're exercising the same rights that these people have. See, but they don't know that. They think that they're, we're getting arrested, and that's not really what's happening. What's being happening is just what the hell they say this is being happening. They're rounding up people and by race. They said they were going to round up people by race, and if they think you look Mexican, then we're going to round you up. And I mean, most of these people look Mexican. Are they going to just dive on all of them? They know they can't.
They saying they got the biggest population, one of the biggest populations in America. Chicago.
Right now, I'm counting 1, 2, 3.
They doing this shit.
4, 5, 6 SUVs.
But you can be native and get caught up in it too, because they think you Mexican.
Or so-called black. They get caught up in it. Yeah, that's why they threw the sombrero on Hakeem Jeffrey. That was saying basically
He lied enough to be
basically we coming for you niggas next.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't look at it like that.
That's what he's basically saying. You, him, they're all the same. Because you heard what did Prophet Noble Joe Ali say? He said that the Moors and the Jews, the Moors and the Mexicans were in the north. Moorish Americans and Mexicans in the north. That's how he said it. North America. So we one people, the Mexicans and the Moorish Americans. The Moorish Americans, of course, being black now, of course. But we all one people. They're splitting us up right now. It's a divide and conquer right here.
We do see a significant number of protesters gathering. At least 2 people taken into custody, and I want to clarify.
So this is divide and conquer right here.
Law enforcement involved in this. This is just federal agents. Very close to the scene.
I just never thought.
This is the east side.
What my mom went through, we stood protesting and doing all this.
Yeah, most definitely.
Never thought we'd be doing that.
It looks like very residential area. There are a few businesses.